going on YouTube? Today is lesson 2 of Education with Ethan, and today we're going to be talking about how to calculate your macros. Now, what are macros? Macros are macronutrients, the 3 calorie-bearing nutrients in food. So we have proteins, fats, and carbs. Now, why exactly do you want to calculate your macros? You want to calculate them because they allow you to have the flexible dieting lifestyle. Now, what that is that means you can eat the foods you enjoy while continuing to lose weight or gain weight, depending on your goals. So you calculate your macros and then you fit the foods into them. You look up the food macronutrients and you say, okay, this food has X amount of protein, carbs, and fats. Your macros are kind of like a bank. So every time you eat food, you subtract those numbers from your bank, and that's what you have left over for the day. So you can continue to eat a serving of ice cream, or you can continue to eat that pasta that you enjoy so much, but you just have to make sure that it fits your macros, and that way you can still get results and eat the foods you enjoy. So I drew a little diagram here explaining how to calculate your macros, so let's dive into that. Penelope is trying to jump in on this macro video. P. Say hi. Shake. Alright, so we have our 3 macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbs. And now we have to understand that each macro is not created equally in terms of calories. So we have 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrates is also equal to 4 calories. But 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. So we need to understand that fats are more calorically dense than proteins and carbs. And here we have just a quick little example on how to get the correct ratio of macronutrients in terms of dispersing them through your calories. So let's say our total daily energy expenditure is 2250 calories. And if we want to lose weight, then our goal has to be lower than that. Our daily caloric intake needs to be lower than our expenditure. So we have 2000 calories. So I like to start out with proteins, and proteins you typically want to be between 0.8 and 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. If you're gaining weight, then I like to keep it lower at 0.8 grams or roughly around there. And if you're losing weight, I like to keep it higher at roughly around 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. That's because we're trying to preserve muscle mass. We want to continue to preserve muscle, and we got to fuel that through a high protein intake. Next, I like to calculate my fats, and generally I like to stick between 20 to 30% of your total calorie goal. So it would be, the calories would be 20 to 30% of 2000, and then you divide that by 9, and that'll give you your grams of fat per day. This just depends on your lifestyle. If you like to have more fattier foods, then you can bring them up higher. But if you don't like fattier foods, then you like more carbs, then you can bring them lower, around 20%. Typically, you don't want to go below 20% because that's pretty low in fats, and fats are healthy for you. They're healthy for your body. But the higher fats you have, the less carbs you can eat. So it all depends on what you like to eat and how you feel based on fats and carbs. So once I have my fats calculated, then I use the remaining calories for my carbohydrates. So whatever that number may be, you divide that by 4 and you get your total carbs for the day. Alright guys, so here's another quick example. So we have 2000 calories as our calorie goal, right? And let's say we're a 160 pound person. This is just an example, 160 pounds. So we're gonna start out with our protein, and let's just keep it simple and say 1 gram per pound of body weight. So that would be 160 pounds means 160 grams of protein. So we multiply that by 4 because 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. So that gives us 640 calories for protein. Next we have our fats. We have 25%, we're just sticking at between the middle, 25% of 2000 calories, which gives us 500 calories. When you divide that by 9, because fats are 9 calories per 1 gram, then we get 55 grams of fats. Next, we have carbs, which is the remaining calories. So we started out with 2000, then we subtract it by 640 calories from the protein, then 500 calories from the fats. That gives us 860 calories left. Then we divide that by 4 because remember, carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram of carbs. So when we divide that by 4, we get 215 grams. That gives us 160 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 215 grams of carbs. Now this may be a little bit quick, so watch this over if you need to, but it's pretty simple math. Just make sure you have a calculator next to you. It'll be really easy. So that's how you calculate your macronutrients, guys. It's pretty simple. Like I said, it was a quick explanation, so go ahead and watch it over again if you need to. All right, guys, that is it on how to calculate your macronutrients. To find your total daily energy expenditure, just go on Google, type in TDEE calculator, and it should be the first link that comes up. All you do is like enter your age, your height, your activity level, and it'll calculate your daily energy expenditure calories. It's just a rough estimate. Nothing's ever perfect, nothing's ever exact, but it's a good starting point. So go ahead, if you're trying to lose weight, lower those calories by about 250 to come up with your calorie goal, and then from there just do the math and you can find your macros from there. If this seems like too much work, you don't want to calculate your macros, then I do sell meal plans. I sell a variety of meal plans. I can customize it to whatever you want. Nothing is cookie cutter because I don't believe one plan works for everyone. I believe that everyone's lifestyle is different and everyone has certain things that they like to eat, so I will create your own meal plan for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if it was a good lesson. If you guys have questions, comments, be sure to comment below and I will be sure to answer them. Maybe I'll make another video off one of your questions. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at EJ_fitness. As always, guys, be sure to stay committed to your goals and I'll see you guys next time.